I love eating and I love cooking, but like you, I always feel I'm in a hurry and it can be hard trying to fit everything in. Children, work, family, everything else life throws at you. And I am not prepared to sacrifice a single meal. But I've got the answer. In a word, it's express. Sometimes the only thing that gets me up in the morning is the prospect of a good breakfast. And let me tell you, I've got some yummy morning meals that are the work of mere sleepy moments. When I'm working at home, breakfast bruschetta, speedy shortcut chocolate croissant, or spicy scrambled eggs. And there's my ultimate get-up-and-go breakfast, a wake-up, shake-up, go-get-'em smoothie. For a weekend brunch, a first-thing frittata party, complete with my pussyfoot cocktail. And fast and fabulous, my instant mix pancakes with blueberry syrup. Work days, weekdays, weekends, I've got breakfast and brunch nailed the express way. This breakfast is one of the world's best hangover salves, but I speak from a clear conscience, and what's more, a clear head. I'm just making it because I love it. It's really spicy scrambled eggs. Pan on, bit of oil in the pan, 1 tablespoon. And I am going to roll up and then snip some soft corn tortillas in the pan. Normally, I'd be making toast to have with my scrambled eggs, but I am going to concertina the toast and eggs together so that I have toast in my scrambled eggs. Okay, well that's going on. I'm just going to get on with a bit of chopping. 1 spring onion. It's the morning. I don't mind how you chop it. Don't be hard on yourself. A chilli. Now, the bigger chilies are actually milder than the small ones, which is why this is not as odd as it looks. Anyway, like a bit of heat in the morning. Chop the chilli. Oh, this is what I feel should go in next. Just 1 tomato. Now, the one thing I would say is it's not nice when the seeds go into the eggs because it makes everything too runny. So I'm going to gouge out the seeds, making a bit of a mess as I do so. I mean, I'm going to have to clean this up later anyway, so I'm not going to worry about adding to the mess. And I think in almost one syncopated move, I could be getting out these golden shards of fried tortilla and begin to fry my chopped spring onion, chilli and tomato. Perfect. The eggs, 4 eggs, I'll treat myself, in a bowl. Now, I like my eggs quite salty. So whisk these together, just whisk the mix. And now just scramble the eggs with those lovely bits of red and green. It pays to be vigilant with scrambled eggs because they can overcook very quickly, and I love them almost runny. Oh, the softness of this golden egg against the crispness of the golden tortilla. We're on. Perfection. I never, ever skip breakfast, although it doesn't have to be first thing. What I quite like is having something to eat after the school run, or rather, in my case, the slow walk. And actually, we pass the baker on the way to Mimi's school, so I like to pop in and then get something delicious to have when I'm home. Thank you so much. Would you like a cookie, mister? You're welcome. Have a lovely day. There is, for me, just no bad way to eat bread. That's why, thank goodness, you can get this by the quarter loaf. If you could get only a whole loaf at a time, I would be in trouble, because I'd eat it. What I'm making is the kind of thing which I think of as California meets Tuscany. Bruschetta for breakfast. So, gorgeous bits of sourdough toast and some juicy toppings. I'm just going to toast the 3 pieces I need. And now I can get on with the 3 toppings for them. First, tomato. I keep everything in, and all the seeds. Bit of roughage in the morning. This is a rather juicy, good tomato as well. That's the first of my bruschetta toppings. On to the second. This is really a kind of lazy hummus and is glorious, squidged on top of sourdough toast. Some chickpeas. Let's get all the juice out of them. Want some olive oil. Don't need any salt. Good bit of pepper, nice white pepper. And I have to say, normally I would use lemon, but because I want a bit of lime for my avocado there, it's silly just to go opening another citrus. So a bit less of the lime than I would do the lemon. Now, a bit of brute force in the morning. Quite satisfying work too. The thing about all these is that I'm not going for anything very fine or elegant. It's just nubbly, rough, quick chop, slow eat. Okay, the last topping is avocado and lime. So half an avocado. I now need to squeeze out the rest of the lime. Love lime with avocado, must have salt. I like these Hassa avocados, the way that it really scrapes. The thing about avocado is I feel it's a bit like putting moisturiser on, only the nice way, eating it rather than on the surface. With a fork, get my toast at the same time. There, oh, how lovely this is going to be. So, bit of a rough mashing and mixing of the avocado. And then, in the order they were begun, first tomato, a bit of oil on the toast for the tomatoes. The avocado I think is oily enough, and I've already put some oil in the chickpeas. And now, I'm going to heap the avocado on this bit of toast. Warm, crunchy toast, soft, smooth avocado. Well, good, I'm going to have some left for later too. Very good early morning work. I think I will have a little more olive oil on the chickpeas. I like to make every meal count, and this is what I call a proper desk-bound breakfast. So many people are tempted to put food into like good category and bad category, and I think it's really important to resist that. I believe all food is good, and the reason I eat the bruschetta is not because I think they're healthy, although I'm glad, it's because they're delicious. And sometimes I want a breakfast that, you know, maybe a nutritionist wouldn't be so keen on. Not that that bothers me. And, you know, life has good and bad and fattening and not fattening. And especially if I'm having a working breakfast, like a business meeting, I'm a great believer in thinking that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. And if you whip up these incredibly easy cheats, homemade chocolate croissants, I promise you, you can get your way at any meeting you have, however early in the morning. It's so easy to make these cheats chocolate croissants, I can't tell you. All you do is you buy a bar of chocolate and you buy a sheet of puff pastry. It should be ready rolled and it should be all butter. And just unfold this sheet of pastry in front of you and cut it into 6 squares. and then just slash them with a knife right through the middle so you've got 12 little triangles. And don't be worried, they do look small. Next, put a triangle in front of you with the wide part nearest you and the pointy end away from you. Get a small square of chocolate, I use plain, but you could use milk. Teeny square of chocolate on the centre of the widest part of the triangle, and then start folding up with the chocolate loaded end first. So roll up away from you and then curl each side round so you have a kind of fat crab puff pastry croissant in front of you. Pinch everything a bit so all the chocolate doesn't escape, although some does. It's gorgeous when it's warm. Bury each tender filled puff pastry croissant to a foil-lined baking sheet, and when all of them have been done in this way, break an egg, whip it slightly just so it mixes, get a pastry brush and dibble golden egg over each one of the 12 croissants. Then all you do is pop this baking sheet into a preheated oven at 220 for 15 minutes and you have a heavenly breakfast there, easy.
Hi Nigella, good morning.
Hi Ken.
See you again, Jenna, how are you? Okay?
I think I just about make it.
Very good.
I'm so glad you found time to see me. Got
Always.
So much on. Thank
Yes,
you.
no, it's a pleasure.
I don't like to do anything on the latest time.
Okay, and I can smell this croissant. It smells absolutely delicious. Let's get our priorities right. Let's get some food down this way, shall we?
So I think if you can get the same team, really, it's a go.
I take it this is the sign-off?
It is a sign-off.
Wonderful.
This
So
is sealing the deal.
My God, okay, one more. I should go for it. Thank you very much. Are you sure you want me to have the last one?
I'm very sure. There are some days when I just don't have time to cook anything for my breakfast, and this is a saviour on just such an occasion. 1 banana, chopped and stashed in the freezer, and it's the basis for my go-get 'em smoothie. When you've had this, you can face anything. It's food and drink in one. The fact that the banana's frozen means you don't need to bother with ice cubes, and it keeps everything lovely and creamy. 150 mils of milk. Whatever milk you want is fine by me. On top of that, half a teaspoon of instant espresso powder. That's to give me a bit of buzz. Haven't got time to make any tea or coffee, and without caffeine it is hard. 4 teaspoons of malted chocolate powder. Malt very good for you. Talking of which, about a tablespoonful of honey. And then, horrible noise, and then something delicious to eat and drink in one. I'm going to have this en route, otherwise we'll be in trouble. Delicious. I can face the day now. Good. Weekdays are one thing, but at weekends there can be a lot of people to feed. I have to say I do think Saturday brunch is such a great time to have friends round together. And Sunday morning, well, Sunday morning I'm always overrun with children. I am aware that the idea of inviting people over for breakfast at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning sounds completely bonkers. But you have to trust me, my frittata party is a complete doddle. Starting off with a drink, though, and it's called a pussyfoot, and it tastes every bit as good as it sounds. First in, a litre of orange juice. Come on, I haven't got all day. And then the same amount, a litre of grapefruit juice. I like the pink, and you can see why this would make a great breakfast drink. Now a bit of edge. With some lime juice. And yes, the fruit juice comes out of a carton and the lime juice out of a plastic bottle. It's Saturday morning, and this tastes great. So 3 tablespoonfuls of that, and then some sweet with some grenadine, which is really just a red fruit syrup, much beloved by bartenders. And this is the magic touch. Oh, it seems a pity to stir it, it looks so beautiful, but it tastes best if you stir, so with my magic wand, the perfect wake-up call. So it's into the fridge with this, and on with the omelettes. Got all my goodies here. A frittata really is an omelette, same difference. It's a bit flatter. It's hard to be precise about measurements. This is so much a matter of taste, but I would reckon on about a handful of any filling per omelette. I buy my Emmental ready grated. Onto the ham. I love a ham omelette. This is just some bought cooked sliced ham, which I want to chop. I like to have all the little bowls in front of me so I am ready when I start cracking my eggs just to put in a bit of what I want, what everyone else wants. That's the ham filling. Ooh, now my spicy one. Some red chilies. It's wise to de-seed them. Although I love the traditional fillings for omelettes like cheese and ham, I have to say having a really hot, spicy one gives a party a real edge. Gonna chop away now. None of this has to be very neat, which is good. And as well as wanting peppy heat, I want some cosy warmth, and for that I need some ground ginger, about half a teaspoon, and the same amount of ground coriander. So that's my spicy filling. And now my green omelette. A bag of watercress, roughly torn. And you could use rocket or tender baby spinach. And I like to add 3 chopped spring onions. And the thing about the spring onions and the watercress is that they're actually quite peppery and have got a lot of zing. We start the weekend off with a bang. Adrian, will you help me with this? It's too heavy. A bit of pussyfoot.
What is in a pussyfoot?
It's grapefruit juice, orange juice, grenadine and lime. I'm wielding 2 pans. It could get messy. 2 eggs per person. Can't
Right.
do it anymore. I am ready to start whisking and mixing.
I'd like a ham one, please.
Oh, that's so nice and comforting. I like this as a way of starting the day. It makes everything manageable, don't you think? Bit of bonhomie round the kitchen. Still have an early night.
Like to be in bed by 9.
9? 7:30. When I have children round at the weekend, and I always seem to have a lot, I always find that pancakes and blueberry syrup are the simplest breakfast things to make, not least because they all like them, so I'm not having to make one thing for one child and another for another. So the pancakes are a snap, and I'll come to that. But for now, the blueberry syrup. It's a good way of making children eat fruit. Very simple, 2 ingredients, about 125 mils of maple syrup there, and about 200 grams of blueberries. Now the idea is that as the maple syrup heats, so do the blueberries, and then when they get really hot, they begin to pop and the 2 merge together to become a sauce. And what I love about this is that when it's warm, it's perfect as a syrup over pancakes, and when it's cold, should you be lucky enough to have any leftovers, It's gorgeous as a rather soft-set jam to have with thick slices of white bread. Gorgeous. The thing about this that I find very reassuring is that you're not adding any sugar, just blueberries and maple syrup, both of which are meant to be very good for you. At least I hear that and I like to believe it. All that bubbling magenta makes me feel that it's ready. I think we are ready to pour. Stand back. So that's the syrup done. And as for the pancakes, I have the technology at my fingertips. Here it is, the thing that's going to make your life easier. What it is, it's my homemade instant pancake mix. And it's so easy to make, a couple of minutes work, and then frankly, you are given a few lines at the weekend. In here, I've got 600 grams of plain flour, and into this I mix 50 grams of baking powder. I then add 2 teaspoons of bicarb, just 1 teaspoon of ordinary salt, and finally I put in 50 grams of caster sugar, but you could use ordinary sugar. Mix it up, and what you have is a jar of smugness. So this is how my magic mix gets transformed into breakfast. You take a cup of the pancake mixture. There we are, just filling it up like this slowly and calmly. And I know we don't use cups, but it makes it much easier than actually weighing out the mixture in the morning. It kind of defeats the object of the exercise. But if you want to, you can. It's 150 grams. And anyway, you don't need to use a regular measuring cup, just use a cappuccino cup. And for each cup of mix, 1 egg and 1 cup of milk. Again, if you feel like measuring, it's 250 mils. In that goes. Bit of light whisking. Just whisk lightly together. So you've got a thickish batter. I tend to get about 15 pancakes out of this amount. I mean, I can eke it out to make more, but count on 15. There's one small step that I think is crucial for pancakes, and it's a very easy thing as well, which is simply, I want a tablespoon of melted butter. It's about 15 grams, again, if you're in the measuring mood. May as well get the griddle sorted while I'm here. It can warm up. Don't worry if you haven't got a griddle, just use any smooth pan. That's looking nice. I'm going to get my pancake stasher. Oh, that's done. Perfect. In the butter goes. And the butter's important, not just because of its lovely taste, but also because it stops the pancakes sticking to the griddle when they cook. And now a bit of ladly, ladly, ladly ho, and we're on. Small dollops. These take hardly any time, about a minute on the first side. So then they just need only half a minute on the second side. So this is speedy. My children always fight about who's going to have all those little bits that get splattered, like little doll's house pancakes. And then you can tell when to turn them because small bubbles start appearing all over the surface. So these should be ready to flip now. Perfect. Got a lot of children to feed. But these should make them happy. I hope so, at any rate. And when my pancake frisbee is finally full, I can fling it over to the children. So here goes. Okay, children, kids.
Pancakes, come on.
Pancake. Olivia.
Thank you. I'll eat it for you. No.
What about me? Okay, the giggly girls.
Can you pass me the really nice?
I'm just going to have a teeny bit myself, actually. What time did you go to bed last night? And I want the truth.
I can't remember.
The fact that you're giggling such a lot makes me feel that you haven't had a lot of sleep.
better hang on my bed.
Oh my goodness, well done, thank you.
Over here.